Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at Chicken Scratch, and this is Tuesday, September 19th. If you can hear me, let me know. And I'm just waiting for that first comment or first thumbs up. Okay, I see one thumbs up. There's two of you. Just waiting for that first comment. Okay, so I can see y'all were there. There's the comments. I am good. How are y'all doing? Okay, I'm going to post the link for the live chick candy real quick. I know last week I forgot to post it at the very beginning. Copy. Okay, uh-oh. Goodness gracious, that's the wrong link. How did I do that? Copy? I should have looked before I hit send. Sorry about that, guys. I wonder if I can delete that post real quick. Let's see. Well, no, I don't see how to, I don't see how to do it. And someone last week or 2 weeks ago told me that I could pin my comment to the top. And I just don't know how to do that. So I'm going to learn between this week and next week. Yeah, somebody told me I could pin it, but I don't see how I can pin it. We'll give everybody another minute to get in here. I'm going to see if I can do it over on my, let's see. Let me turn that off for a second. I wonder if I have to be on my YouTube channel. Close. Okay, where's my comment? There it is right there. So can I pin this to the top? Yes. Oh, I did it. Yay. I love learning new stuff. Okay, so now I'm back. Thank you, Kim. Yes, I got it. So now I don't have to keep posting it. Now, those are for those of you that are on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, it's in the comment section. Yeah. Okay, did y'all see the box we're making? So Debbie says that her phone refuses to send her notifications. You know, Debbie, are you on YouTube? You are on YouTube. I know there's two things you have to click on. You have to click on, let me make my face a lot smaller. I just did that for the very beginning. You have to click on get notifications, and then you have to click on like the bell or something. Like it's a two-step process. So if you've only done one step, that may be your problem. Yeah. And sorry about that. If I could fix it, I would. But I'm in the same boat with you. It's like sometimes messages are just, hi, Margaret. I haven't responded to your last email. Life has been crazy. We went to California at the same time you went out of town. Okay, so let's see. It is a cute box, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to open it up. And inside here is some candy corn. It also will hold like Reese cups and all that snack size candy. So let me get this. Oh, look. I thought I was being so smart today by posting the supplies. And they're still over here on my photo station. That is hilarious. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, my packet was empty. Grr. So here are the supplies, and I'm going to put the measurements on the screen. What is this? Nope, that's not it. I got to come up with, I need to start, Grr. Here it is. Here's the measurements. Okay, so this is pumpkin pie. And yeah, I told y'all a few weeks ago I wasn't going to do any of my 12 weeks of Halloween projects during a live because I liked them clean and what have you. But y'all, if you saw my blog post today, I have card club, paper shares, ribbon shares, fabric baskets. Yeah, I'm struggling. But everything will get done. It's like everything happens at once, right? Okay, so here's all the measurements. So we're gonna go ahead and stamp our pumpkins. Let me show you the bundle we're using tonight. This is Pick of the Patch bundle, and it has the coordinating punch, which is super cute. Yeah. We're not using Them Bones paper, which is our Halloween paper this year. I'm actually using the pumpkin pie that's in the Brights collection. Yeah, so if you didn't get, although that paper's still available. There's lots that sold out, but that one's still available. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do our stamping. I have 2 circles in case I messed up one. And because this is a photopolymer stamp set, you really want to use your stamping mat. Yes, Sarah, the struggle is real. Yeah, I always kind of crash and burn around the holidays because I do... Wait, I'm not using Old Olive. I was going to, but my ink pad is a little wonky. Yeah, I always crash and burn around the holidays because I just commit myself to so much. Okay, so we're going to stamp 2 of the pumpkins. Yeah, for those of you that are card club members, I see some of y'all. The Bag of Bones dies are back in stock, so you can order the bundle. I am inking this up upside down. I have determined that some of these, hey Susie, I've determined that some of these images ink up better upside down. And then I kind of count to 3. So if you're having trouble getting adequate ink on your images, turn it upside down and ink it this way, okay? Now I'm using the punch, so I got to make sure I leave space in between those. I didn't get as much ink on that one. And then now we want to stamp the leaves, which is right here. Oh, Patsy's got a joke for us. Okay, where does a pumpkin preach? Yes, tell us. Where does a pumpkin preach? There's that one. From the pulpit. That's a good one. The name of the stamp set is, I got a lot going on my screen right here. Pick of the Patch. Thanks for the joke. Okay, we've got one more thing to stamp, right? Well, no, let's go ahead and stamp the faces, the pumpkin faces. We can go ahead and close up these ink pads though. We're using Memento ink for the rest. David came down here yesterday morning and cut paper for, I don't know, quite a while. I was so very thankful because I think he knew I was fixing to have a conniption. If y'all know what a conniption is. I don't really know. Like I was, my back, my arms, everything. So he was like, how about I come help you? And I'm like, yes, thank you so much. I owe you. Okay, there's their faces. And we have the greeting to stamp also. And that's going to be on this scrap piece of pumpkin pie. Olivia's first birthday was so awesome. Yeah, I forgot to show y'all a picture on my live video last week, but I did post the picture on my blog. Yes, she loved all the gifts I got her. I got her this little crab that you turn the button on and it runs back and forth across around the floor, and she loved it. And of course, she loved the squishmallow that I got her. I got her the Minnie Mouse one. It's bigger than her, um, but she loved it too. And what else did I get her? Oh, I got her this little unicorn thing that she rides. At first, she could only go backwards, but now she can go forwards in it. It only took her one day, and then she was going forward. Okay, so now that's the greeting. And then I'm going to use a retired punch to flag the end of this. You use whatever you have or whatever method you use to flag the end. I'm using the old tailored tag punch. And I want to make it a little bit smaller, so I'm going to do that again. I'd rather do less than too much. You know what I mean? Okay, that's done. Now we're going to cut out the pumpkins. Did y'all see the picture that I posted with her with the cake? She loved it. She loved everything, which was really good. It's hard to believe she's a year old, right? And now we have to do the, uh-oh, did I leave enough room? Ugh, yeah, I did. Ow, I pinched myself. One more. I'm not holding my mouth right. Did y'all see, I know not all y'all follow me on Facebook. Did y'all see that I was without internet for 12 hours? I just about, talk about having a conniption. You don't realize how many times a day you go to look something up on Google or on your computer. I mean, I felt lost. Oh, I got to cut one more thing. My stems for my pumpkins. I was seriously like a fish out of water. I mean, it was 11 o'clock at night and I still didn't have an internet. And I was like, I have learned a huge lesson because luckily I had some episodes of New Amsterdam that was loaded on my, New Amsterdam was loaded, I think, on either Hulu or Netflix or something. Or maybe Amazon Prime, who knows? But I didn't have any downloads on 2 of my streaming services. And I was like, that has taught me a huge lesson. I am going to start having downloads on my devices in case I lose my internet again. Because that was awful. I normally cut paper and watch TV at the same time. Because it's a great, it helps. Sarah said she would have found a Starbucks. Yeah, I couldn't do all the stuff I needed to do at Starbucks though. Like Saturday was National Jelly Roll Day. And when I got up Saturday, I was thinking that I was going to go live and make a jelly roll project. And that project was going to be, remember I was telling y'all, look, I've got all kinds of stuff to show y'all tonight. Hopefully you're not in a hurry. But remember I was telling y'all that I made a case for my Switch. So this was what I was going to make on Saturday live, except I had no internet. So anyway, it must have not meant to be, right? That's all I can say. Okay, so this piece, and I need to get those measurements off the screen. So sorry. Let me move them down here because now I need them. So pumpkin pie 10 3/4 by 6. On the 10 3/4 side, I'm going to score it at 1 1/4 and 4 3/4, 6 inches and 9 1/2. On the 6-inch side, I'm going to score this at 1 1/4 on both sides. And I do already have box template 126 ready. So I didn't pull it up here though. Okay. I need my bone folder. Oh, I can't see y'all's comments anymore. Thanks, Paula. Yeah, I had a lot of really awesome responses to those, didn't I? And they have already all been sold because I offered them with a bundle of adhesive. So when I announced my product shares, I also offered a big bundle of adhesive. And so those are actually, I think I might have one that hasn't sold. Maybe. I'm not sure. Because I did get a couple more orders. Oh, my other scissors are in the other room. We've been cutting ribbon for the ribbon shares. Okay, so this is what the cardstock looks like right now. So I'm just going to do some cutting. Hi, Janet. So I'm going to cut up to the score line on all 4 of these score lines, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So cut up to the score line, and then I need to trim all 6 of these tabs. So I'm going to angle cut them on the left and on the right. This is one of those boxes that is really easy to make, and when you're stressed out and you need a box, you can still make it. Ask me how I know. No. I'm looking outside because they said earlier that we may have storms tonight, so I was looking to see if any clouds had moved in. They have. We had a big old storm the other day. I think it was the same day that I didn't have any internet. It was. We had hail and everything. Somebody asked me why didn't I do more on my phone. Well, the problem is that I live in the city, but sometimes it seems like I don't, because it's like our cell phone needs. I'm looking for my silicone craft sheet. Here it is. We have a stronger signal when our internet works. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. And I'm using the silicone craft sheet because when you use it with this, it makes it work perfectly. Okay? So if you guys have never seen that, if you have trouble with this thingy, applicator, just use your silicone craft sheet. Sometimes I say I'm not holding my mouth right, but you don't want to press too hard either. And I'm using this. I normally use my tear and tape, but to add tear and tape to these 6 tabs, it would take me 5 minutes. So, okay, so now I'm just going to build my walls. Don't need that anymore. For those of you that have been waiting for that the Stampin' Blend marker basket that I created, I did get that video filmed and I will post it this weekend. Okay, so now we're going to take another retired punch. So sorry. Hopefully you have a 1-inch punch in your possession. If not, you really need one. So we'll repunch that again in just a minute after I add the designer series paper. So here is our box. It does actually hold a chick stand too. You don't have to notch this out if you don't want to, but it definitely makes it easier to determine. But once you have your Stampin' on there, then everyone's going to know how to open it. You know what I mean? Okay, this one's going to go on top. I'm going to use my liquid glue. Oh, Sandy, I remember when my kids went to middle school, because when they were in elementary school, I was making all kinds of holiday projects, Halloween and Christmas and everything. And like you just said, once they went to middle school, it was like, oh, again, I was like a fish out of water. I didn't know what to do with myself. In fact, I have a little secret for y'all. That is actually when I started my blog. I volunteered a lot at the schools. I was always up there. I was an office volunteer, chair, vice president of the PTO. You name it, I was there. Picture day chairperson. I did it all. And then when they got to middle school and they didn't necessarily want us mamas up there, I was, oh goodness gracious. Yeah, I was a hot mess. And so yeah, I started my blog that year. Okay, I don't want to get this on my box, so I need to open that. And like I said, we'll cut that back out again in just a minute. You could technically wait because the designer series paper is not that thick. Yeah, so so I started my blog in 2006, and I don't know if that was the year that Chase started middle school, or if it was the year that Brooke was or did. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I think it may be even Brooke, because I know she was also in Girl Scouts until she started middle school, and then she wasn't anymore. The group just kind of disbanded once they went to... Uh-oh. I bet you I've lost my stuff. I bet you I've thrown it in the floor, didn't I? No, I didn't. There it is. I see it. That scared me. Okay, there's that. Now we're going to re-punch, re-notch that out with the 1-inch circle punch. Hi, Kimberly. What is the finish size? I think it's 3.5, but let me get my ruler. I'll tell you. Three and a half by 3.5. Okay, this is going to get glued on top. If you're just joining us, there is a link to some prizes that I'm going to be giving away tonight, and I'll go ahead and show you those real quick. I also am going to be announcing the winner for the chick candies. So I'm going to move this aside for just a second. So what I'm giving away for the live prizes tonight, so at the very end when we're done, I'm going to draw 5 names for a sampler of the Them Bones Designer Series paper. So you're getting 6 sheets, and let me tell you, they measure 6 by 5 7/8. And the reason I'm doing that, because most of y'all know that shipping has gone up so much that for small businesses, it's really difficult. So if I cut this by 6 by 5 7/8, I can send this to you for like $1.35. So I'm giving away 5, and hopefully you can make some. I mean, I know you can make 6 cards out of this. You could also make this box, because this paper starts out at 6 by 6, and I was able to do both boxes with 1 sheet. Does that make sense? Hey, Megan, you won. Stick around, because you won something. I don't want to say the wrong thing, so I'm going to wait. But so there's 6 of those. I already got them in there. Or not 6, 5. And I will be drawing the winner tonight for that. So the link is, let me post it one more time too in the comments, just so that the Facebook people can get it. Okay, do y'all want me to go ahead and do the rest of the housekeeping notes, or do you want me to finish the box and then do it? Yeah, let me know in the comment section. So, last week, Megan, you won the YouTube chick candy from last week. And so you have your choice. I need to know which basket you want. The choices were this basket, or not the purple one, or the black one. And you also get the knit together stamp set and a chick stand. So I need you to tell me if you want the ghost, and the skeletons, or if you want the old maid. I'm calling that old maid. I don't really know what it is, but it's pretty funny. So Megan, you won that. I'm going to put this behind me. You just let me know which one you want, and I need your address. And then tonight's, so I'm giving away, I asked for y'all's opinion and then I didn't wait for the answer. But I figured let's go ahead and get this done. So because I'm doing a week 5 during a live video, I'm giving away 2 of the same thing. So this is the Festive Tags Kit. I know we're doing Halloween and I'm giving a holiday thing. That's okay. So this and this fabric basket, this is the purple version of the ghosts and the skeletons and the mummy. So the way that you enter to win one of them is that you're going to leave a comment on my YouTube video at the when the video ends. So not the chat box, which is what you're in right now. When the video is over, leave a comment on the YouTube video and you'll be entered to win. And I'll announce that next week. The second one is going to be over on my blog, like the normal blog candy that I do every single week or every month, whenever I do them. And you'll leave a comment over there on my blog. That post will not be up until tomorrow afternoon. So your PDF for tonight will be over there. All the details, all the measurements and everything. And then again, I will announce the winner for the blog one when I post week 6 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. Okay? Any questions? I was going to say, so that's an explanation of one of them. Are y'all still there? I'm looking for you. Yeah, there you are. Yes, congrats, Megan. Okay, I was going to show one more thing. Here's my current host code. You get your choice of gifts. We did have a clearance rack update today, so I had a visual of that, but here it is. Yeah, so I don't know if y'all were able to see that the clearance rack had product added to it today. There's still stuff there, so if you want to take a look, lots of stuff was added. And I think that's it, right? I think that's all my housekeeping notes. I've posted the measurements, my host code. Yeah, okay, we can get back to making the project. And if you guys, I have to make sure I say this because I don't see all the comments. If you have a question that I don't see tonight, feel free to contact me and ask again because I can't see all of them for some reason. Okay, someone said, where do I buy my Halloween fabric? Well, I buy my fabric pretty much everywhere. I bought some. Let me think about this. You know, right this minute. Oh, I know where I got this fabric. This fabric came from So Yeah Quilting. They're in Vegas. They go live and sell fabric, but I actually bought it from their website because I don't have time to watch their live videos. I wish I had time, but I don't. I don't have time. But yeah, they have sales every week, but they also have a website that has their products. So that's where I got that fabric. I believe the Old Maid fabric I bought from the Fat Quarter Shop. I think. I don't know. I have a list of places. I mean, the Grinch fabric actually came from Hobby Lobby. Believe it or not. Yeah, this fabric came from Hobby Lobby, and I drove to 2 stores to buy out their oh, I forgot to stamp the crow. I got to get my paper back out. Whoops. Sorry about that. Where is it? Here is our white cardstock. Is it a crow or a raven? I never really know. We have to fussy cut this dude out because there's no punch for that. I'm using pumpkin pie for its beak, but you could use daffodil delight, you know. And I need my paper snips. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to place this one over here and this one over here, and then the leaves are coming out there, and this one. I should have attached the I should have attached this before I attached the pumpkin, but if you're like me and you do things in the reverse order, that's what glue dots are for. It's the perfect thing to use. See what I mean? Uh-oh, there's a glue dot right here. Oh dear, I ripped my cardstock. Now, we gotta add this up here. My placement is all over the place, but it's still gonna look cute, right? Okay, slowly. I went to let Bella out the other night down here. I don't know what I was doing downstairs. But I went to let her out, and there was some kind of, oh, I've already messed up. There was some kind of bird sleeping on the post under our deck. And all I could see was its tail. And David's like, are you sure it wasn't a bat? I'm like, no, a bat doesn't have a tail. And he was like, well, are you sure it wasn't something else? I'm like, no, it could have been something else. I'm saying it was a bird. Because if it'd been any other animal, I would have been scared. Maybe not. It just depends on what it was. But sometimes when I walk outside, a grasshopper jumps. And, of course, I scream and yell and holler and run. And then we used to have a frog. Yesterday I went outside and a lizard ran across. I was like, oh, I don't like lizards. Sometimes there's spiders, grasshoppers. Our frogs have gone. I don't know where they went. And my hummingbirds have moved south. I miss them so much. They just left. Like, I had to Google it. I'm like, okay, when are they leaving and when are they coming back? And it says they can actually start leaving in the month of July. I'm like, oh dear, I'm glad mine didn't leave in July. Greenie was here yesterday once, and then now it's gone. Squeaky's been gone for a couple weeks now. Okay, we still have the twine, and we're just gonna add this with a glue dot. I forgot to look up and see if there was questions. Okay, mini glue dot, and then add it there. And then we're gonna tie our bow. Hi, Bella. And sorry, I'm out of my regular twine. This is still Stampin' Up twine. It's just an old one. Yeah, I'm out of my regular one. I actually used it for a class packet. Bella, she's eating paper. The paper I just threw on the floor. Okay, make it small. I actually want to trim it just a little bit more. Ooh, almost untied it. And I'm going to use a mini glue dot to add it. Okay, there's one. Oh, you still have, so Deb says she still has hummingbirds. You must be south of me then. You know, it's still, no, I mean, it's been getting down in the 50s at nighttime, so it is getting chilly here. I think the high today was like 78, but at nighttime it's been getting down to the 50s. So I understand they're cold. When you wake up in the morning and you see that the hummingbird feeder is all foggy from the coldness, you know that they're moving on. Yeah. I knew they were going to be going because I could tell that the water, or their sugar water, was cold. Okay, the final is the embellishments, and hopefully I have them. Ruh-roh. Oh, there they are right in front of me. I got them out earlier when I was getting all the stamps out. Yeah, I've actually been wearing, I wore a sweatshirt this morning. It's actually hanging on the door over there. Okay. This is called the Blooming Pearl. So this is the first time that I've used this embellishment. Yeah, Blooming Pearls. And I'm going to have to change the placement of them because I didn't leave any room over here. Yeah. Did y'all hear Bella? She's ripping the paper apart. Uh-oh, that stuck to me. That's the hardest part, is figuring out where to add the embellishments, right? Okay, so there we have it. And again, it has candy corn inside, but you could put all kinds of snack size candy, which I don't have in my drawer. But it's 3.5 by 3.5 by 1 1/4. Oh, Cliffy says her thumbs up button doesn't work. I wonder why. Wait, you have hummingbirds in Wisconsin? Isn't it cold at night there? Maybe y'all's hummingbirds are a little thicker skinned. I don't know. Yeah, I need to look at the clearance rack again too. I have not had, I've glanced at it earlier, and then it's like I haven't even got to look and see if there's something I really want to buy, especially in bulk. Oh, Margaret, you have hummingbirds. Do you name them like we do? So we have Squeaky and Greenie. So Squeaky, every time he eats, and we don't know if it's a he or a she, but we call him a he squeaks when he's eating, and when he flies in, he's a squeaker. So we call him Squeaky. And then when Squeaky left, Greenie came, and we're assuming that's probably a female because she's beautiful. I've never seen green before. Yeah. Michelle asked, what is next month card club? Michelle, I cannot tell you yet. I really need to look at the back order report. I'm a little terrified, to be honest. One of the papers that I ordered for paper shares, my order was short, and I contacted Stampin' Up and said, hey, my order was short, 1 pack, and it's already out of stock and won't be in until the end of the month. So I've got to, oh, you have too many to name. We have a bully. So Squeaky scares everybody off. He won't let anybody else eat. He won't let anybody else eat. Yeah, he scares everyone off. I don't know why. But I'm going to buy more hummingbird feeders, and next year there's no way he's going to be able to scare everyone off, because I'm going to put one right there, right outside my window, so I can see him down here too. Okay. I love all animals. Y'all know that, right? So what we're going to do now, I've already made all the announcements. So now we're just going to visit for a little bit, and then I'm going to do the live prizes. So I'll do the live prizes now. And then for those of you that want to just stick around and chit chat, I'm going to put the link one more time. So y'all have guards too. Yeah, I guess they're called guards is probably a better word than bully, but he is a bully. In fact, let me tell you, he sits on top of the bird feeder or the hummingbird feeder, and he don't even eat. Like he's just sitting there to keep all the other ones away. And let me show you. I don't know if y'all can see this, but look, it sets. So look at this. I have one of those Mexican wind spinners or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. And look, it's sitting on top of it. He just guards to make sure that no one's going to attempt to fly up and get any food. Yes, I take pictures of my hummingbird. And for those of you that didn't see the picture of, let's see, where's Olivia with her cake? I mean, I have like 100 pictures of her with the cake, but this one's a really good one because it shows her expression. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Let me show you a messy face one. You won't believe it. You got to see her fingers. I mean, it is hilarious. Look at this. Look at her fingers. She actually was eating it. She liked it. Look at this face. Yeah, she is so cute, isn't she? Oh my gosh. Sorry, lane swerve there. But I did show y'all Squeaky. She does have really long eyelashes. You're right. Okay, so I'm going to go over and shut the entries off, and then I'm going to share my screen so that we can draw the winners. So I'm going to, we've got 140 people that have entered their name to win, and I'm going to shut that off now, and then boom, it's done. So I'm going to copy everyone's name into the wheel of names, and we're going to draw the winners, 5 winners. It's taken a minute. Okay. Come on. There we go. That was slow. Okay, now I need to copy and paste the entire column. So copy and paste. And I gotta delete the column title. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen so that y'all can see all the entries. Can you see my screen? Let me remove this State Farm ad. Okay, so here goes winner number 1. It's not winner number 1. This time, this one, that's the paper. Ruh-roh, I forgot my Post-it notes. Oh, I got some right here. Sharon, you are the first winner. So give me a second to write her name down. I will recap these in just a minute. Okay, remove this one. Draw another one. The next one is Joanne. Congrats. And remove and spin again. Barb, congrats. And I've got 2 more. Patty. Hey, my sounds are off.
Barb,
oh,
congrats.
Uh-oh. I've got something playing in the background, don't I? Goodness gracious, I didn't even know that was happening. Okay, I gotta write Patty's name down. And remove. That's why I wasn't hearing the spinning. One more. Final one, I mean. Linda. Let me remove the screen share and we will recap these winners. Okay, so in no particular order, I guess we're going to start at the end and go forward, backwards, whatever. So Linda, Patty, ignore my chicken scratch handwriting, Joanne, Sharon, did I forget somebody's name? Let's see, Sharon, Joanne, Patty, Barb, and Linda. And I'm going to give you, you can either use this URL or you can use my help desk email, okay? Even if I have your address, I need you to please fill out the form. I am desperately looking for an administrative assistant so that I can start delegating this stuff. My friend does come and help me cut paper and what have you, and she helps me with shipping and stuff from time to time, but I am at that point now where I do need to hire another person. Yes. In fact, I told Diana yesterday, I'm like, okay, you have to help me find someone because I have seen the light. I have got to have someone else helping me. I'm not getting all my stuff done. So if you guys have sent me an email, by the way, and I have not answered you, you won't bother me if you send me another one. And I'll never actually get to all emails because I get thousands a day, especially now that you can't block the spammer people. So I apologize, but again, just email me again if you had an important question, right? And that's what I do. If I email someone and they don't answer me in what I think is an appropriate time frame, I just email them again because email is not reliable anymore. Stuff goes into junk, stuff goes into la la land. So yeah, email me if you have a question. Again, if I didn't answer you, you know what I'm saying. Yes, I wish all of y'all lived closer. I don't have many paper crafting friends around here. I don't. Yeah, I wish y'all did too. Okay, I'm going to scroll back now and just look for some questions, try to answer questions. If you have a question, I'm just going to stick around until I feel like I've gone through all the questions and answered them. Yes, congrats to all the winners. Peggy, it would be a long commute from California, but can I just say, I would really like to move to California. We had just a fabulous time when we were out there, and the weather, oh my, y'all just don't realize. Maybe you've lived somewhere else, so you do realize, but people that live in California have no idea how amazing your weather is, because here in the Midwest, our humidity makes everything so miserable. Like you can't even breathe, and you've got all the allergies. So when I walked outside this morning, Dave and I went out on the deck and I said, I feel like I'm in California. There's no humidity today. And it was like 70 something. I'm like, I feel like I'm back in Napa right now. The weather today was very much like California. Okay, I'm going to scroll back and look for questions. So Cliffy got her chick candy, her Halloween fabric basket and adhesive. Awesome. Yay. Becky, I am so sorry I didn't call you. If you were here earlier, you probably heard me explaining all the paper I'm cutting and the ribbon and what have you. If you want to talk tonight or tomorrow or anytime this week, let me know. Not that I'm not still cutting, I am, but I'm not as frantic. Like last week, I was a hot mess. Some of y'all sent me an email and thought I was sick. I wasn't sick. It's just when if I showed y'all a picture of the basement, I'm talking about there wasn't an inch of space not covered with product everywhere. So it was really overwhelming. And I'm not complaining. It's just like, it was a lot. Like if I had 8 employees or 12 employees, it would be a little bit easier, but I'm a small business. Thank you, Margaret. She is so precious. And yes, she looks just like her daddy. It is the craziest thing. She has the same color hair as Chase. Um, she is a lot like him. I think she has Jessica's eye color. So she has the same color red hair. It's not like a real red. It's more like an auburn color. Um, she's not talking much, just like Chase didn't. I mean, she's almost like a carbon copy of her daddy. Poor Jessica. She gave birth, had to carry her for 9 months, and then she takes after her daddy. That's so funny. Of course, Chase has always taken after David, so. uh, so 8 bird feeders. We have other bird feeders. We only have 2 hummingbird feeders, but this time next summer, I'm gonna have 5. I'm gonna buy more. Yeah. Anne says she has 5 hummingbirds. Oh, the squirrels got into your feeder. Something got into our low hanging one. So I told David, because we just bought another really big red birdhouse, and no one's gone to it yet, but all the other ones are cleared out. I think something got into them. I think a skunk or a possum or something. Yeah. So you've seen up to 4 hummingbirds, but only 1 eats. There's a lot of bully hummingbirds, right? So Cynthia says, I need some rhino card kits if I have any to purchase. I don't think I do. I don't. No. Pamela, oh, you tried to put an order in and your order disappeared. Grr, sorry about that. I had that happen the other day with some paper. Don't want to get started on that again, right? What do I do with all my completed projects? I give most of them away. I have a friend. In fact, I have a large box to give her. I have a friend that she does photos for pen gems. She posts on Instagram, and she uses my projects. I keep one for myself. You don't even want to know how many boxes I have. They're all in clear containers, labeled with the season. So I did throw a bunch away when we moved 3 years ago, but I haven't thrown any projects away since I got here. I'm not that type of person because I can find value in everything. Like, I would rather give this to someone than throw it in the garbage, right? Yeah. If you're still here. Okay. Scrolling back more and more. Let's see. Socks and flannel in Washington today. So it was that cold, huh? It's 90s in Tampa. Oh, yeah, I don't want 90s. I bet in Georgia you have hummingbirds all the way up until December, probably, right? Because I know, like in Tennessee, December, sometimes we wear shorts over Thanksgiving. Sometimes we wear shorts at Christmas. Usually January and February, just like here, were the really cold months. Okay, I'm looking. I think, thank you for the compliment on the color. I went back to the color I was using before. It reminds me of the beach. It reminds me of Aruba, which I'm extremely happy in Aruba because the sun is always shining and it's warm, but you don't know it because it's so windy, so you're not hot. I like the pumpkins too. Oh, I was gonna show y'all. So this was the blend, the Stampin' Right, no, not Stampin' Right, Stampin' Blend marker bag tray. I'm calling them a fabric tray because they're little and short. Little and short, is that the right terminology? I don't know. I have like 5 of these upstairs. I'm always putting things in them. Anyway, so the video will be posted this weekend. I just got to edit it and then do the intro and do the PDF. So that will be done. And then maybe next week I'll do the, just ignore how dirty this is because I actually made this to use. I took it to California with me. So it holds my Switch. And yes, I play Animal Crossing every day for like 15 minutes when I drink my coffee. And if I don't get to do it in the morning, then I'll do it in the evening. This was what I was going to make with a jelly roll. This one was not made with a jelly roll. It was just made with 2.5-inch strips of fabric. Yeah. And you can see that this is not 2.5 inches because then when I got to it, I was like, well, I got to trim some down on the left and the right to make it work. So anywho, any new questions? Because I'm going to go ahead and sign off in a couple minutes. How long does the blade last on the paper trimmer? Which paper trimmer? Actually, I don't really know on any of them. Because like this one is a guillotine, so it's self-sharpening, and the one that I use, I don't think you can see over there. I use a guillotine paper cutter. Now when I cut my designer series paper, this is what I use, and I have only replaced this blade twice out of the life of this trimmer. So you know our trimmer, let me cover up this light. Our trimmer changed. Who can tell me? I just saw Becky's comment that I'm always a hot mess. You're kind of right. When I go into the nail salon, we laugh so hard because it's the same thing. Every time I go in there, I'm talking 100 miles an hour and everything's a hot mess. Becky, you're right. So back to the trimmer. I've only replaced this blade twice. So that means I'm on my third blade, but I use the guillotine. So you can't really judge by what I'm saying because I only cut like designer series paper with this because I have the guillotine and that like, because you don't have to replace the blade, that's why I use it. But when I cut designer series paper, I want to make sure the measurements are exactly right. And sometimes on the guillotine, you can be off by a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch. Edith, no, Card Club should go out hopefully Thursday. Hopefully. I know every month I normally ship them really early, but if you'll remember, 2 of the items that we were using for Card Club sold out before I even got to place my order. So I had to email everyone and ask them what they wanted. I mean, I could have just chosen for y'all, but I didn't want to. And I'm really glad that I gave everybody a choice of what they wanted. And those finally arrived today. So now we got to package all of those and get them shipped out. Yeah. I don't have any extra ribbon shares. I think I might have some paper, but the paper shares don't have all the paper because some were short. Do I have a high school close to me? Oh yeah. Literally, maybe a mile as a bird flies. Is that how you say it? Yes, Debbie, there's a high school. I could actually probably walk to it. Southwest, is that the name of it? Yeah, right by me. In fact, I can hear their band sometimes when I'm outside. Let's see. Oh, you can't keep ants out of your hummingbird feeders? Does anybody have a suggestion for her? I don't really know. I don't have a suggestion, but that would be really disappointing. Have all the host ordered chick candies gone out? Host ordered chick candy? Michelle, I don't know. What is a host order chick candy? Host order. Do you mean the host code gifts? If you're talking about the host code gifts, it depends on which code it was. Because I just got an order with a bunch of blends and some tear and tape. So I know I have some to mail. Oh, so sewing is a lost art. Well, I don't know. I've asked people what they would pay for a fabric basket, and people were like, $10, $12. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I yeah. Uh, but thank you for saying that. The birds are great. In fact, Brooke, they're back at home now. They're back at their apartment, and they had some maintenance people come into her apartment today, and she's got a camera in her apartment, and she was telling me that when she watched the recording of when the maintenance men came into her apartment, she said they walked over and said, "Oh, birds." And then one of them said, "Cockatiels." And the other one said, "Birds." I was like, that's pretty funny. I bet they don't encounter little cockatiels very often, right? Oh, David must be home. Um, okay, so Linda said purchase tops that you can put on top of the feeder and put water in it and it draws the ants. Thank you, Linda, for saying that. So hopefully she saw your comment. Yeah. Um, put water in tops to put on top of the feeder. That's a great idea. Um, yes, you can order a chick stand and you can have it sent with I'm not sure which one I'll send it with. I want to make sure that your none of your product is it might be a bad idea to send it cuz let me you've never gotten a card kit yet before. So the card kits, I package them so that nothing gets bent or dented or damaged. Um, if I put a chick stand in there, the chick stand is this thick, and so it might it might bow your paper. Um, it might bow your paper. If you want to order one, I'll I'll communicate with you and let you know. Marcy says, "What's a Switch?" It's called the Nintendo Switch, and I play Animal Crossing. Yeah, Nintendo Switch. It's a game. So my kids played Pokemon, so I played Pokemon. My kids played Pokemon Go. My kids played Animal Crossing. I play Animal Crossing. Yeah, whatever my kids do, I do. Um, and yeah, they don't play games all day long. They both have jobs, but some people have this misconception that people that play games, that's all they do is sit on games all day long. And like I said, I usually play about 15 minutes a day, either in the morning or in the evening. If there's a special event, like there's a bug competition on Saturday, I might play for an hour. Um, your paper has frayed edges. You do need to get a new trimmer. Absolutely. Diana, if you've got frayed edges, it's time for a new blade, not a trimmer, a blade. It's time for a new blade, right? Yeah, new blades. The blade on the newest trimmer. Oh, that's so I don't know what your name is, just your initials, so CLJ. That is the reason why Stampin' Up! Had to change trimmers, is because the blades on the previous one, and I know a lot of people got really angry at having to buy a new trimmer. A lot of people. But the blades were not up to par, and we couldn't get them. They never actually probably said that out loud, but you can read between the lines because they were always out of stock and they were defective. So, yeah. Uh they sell ant traps for feeders? Really? Huh. Ooh. Um I had no idea. I'm thankful that I don't have Oh, yay. I'm happy to hear that you love your chip stand. I love mine too. I use it every day, right? Uh The chick stands are now 9. I'm sorry, I had them for 7, but it costs $4 to ship them. So yeah, I have to pay for the shipping and the envelope and the yeah. So I did just change the price because shipping is now $4 to mail one chick stand. It's so stressful. It only weighs like an ounce. Like it's the lightest thing, you know. You could throw it at someone, it wouldn't hurt them. It's so lightweight, but um Deborah says, what would I charge for a fabric basket? I don't know. I just know that $12 is like, fabric is like 14 bucks a yard. And yeah, it's, yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. You ordered the basket with the tape. Ordered the basket with the tape. Oh, you ordered an adhesive. You ordered the Grinch basket. If you ordered the adhesive basket, then I can fit it in that. Absolutely, because that's going priority mail. I don't know if I even told y'all that the Grinch baskets are going priority mail. The value of them is over 100, so they are going priority mail. Absolutely. Oh, okay, Becky. What's a blocking tee to keep your blocking tee? What's that? Becky says she uses one of her chick stands to keep her blocking tee. What's a blocking tee? Yes, playing games for a few minutes a day is a stress reliever. And even the music, like when Brooke was in the hospital, I sat in my chair across from her and she actually fell asleep with me playing Animal Crossing and her listening to the music. And when she woke up, she said um, that it put her right to sleep. It was like such a um, what's the word I'm looking for? Comforting sound for her. Yeah. Um, Michelle says, I heard you had to take a step away from crochet granny squares. Oh, huh. My little Wooble is still upstairs on the dining room table. I haven't finished him yet. It's been too crazy. I may not get back to it again until January. Um, Familiar sounds. Yeah, that's another point. Um, and Becky, I didn't know you crocheted too. Um, okay. I promise I will think about it. What I'll do this weekend is I'll make one basket from start to finish and see how long it takes me. And then also, see, the thing about it is that we also have to pay for postage. So when you take the price of making the fabric basket, and then I have to mail the thing, and it's going to cost at least $4 because that's the minimum for first class. Um, so then you have to add the shipping on top of it. So yeah, Bella just walked across the room. Football announcers make you sleepy. You know what makes David sleepy is golf. He will sometimes sit down and take a golf nap. Okay. I think I'm going to sign off now, especially because I don't hear David, and my alarm said that there was someone in the driveway. So now I'm like, okay, let me look at my phone. Who was in my driveway? Oh, somebody walking their dog. See, at 8 o'clock, somebody's walking their dog. I thought it was David coming home. You taught yourself. Thanks, Vicky. Yeah, I will think about it. I promise. In fact, yeah, because I appreciate it. Thank you. And I do love to sew. It's also, for me, it's a stress reliever too. Like David sits in the living room and he watches TV, and I will sit right behind him in the dining room and I will sew. So we're spending time together, but I'm also doing something because my hands always have to be doing something, either on my phone, sewing, playing Animal Crossing. I'm not an idle person. Okay, I'm gonna sign off. I will tell you this: I don't know if week six is not gonna happen this week. So I know I'm 2 weeks behind on Halloween. But when I've got all that product in the other room that needs to get mailed, I cannot focus on filming another video this week. Next week's gonna be a different story because probably I may have, maybe all the paper shares may not be shipped. It just depends. I know Card Club will be mailed. I know Host Code Gift will be mailed. The fabric baskets with the adhesive will be mailed. Probably the paper shares will be Monday. We'll see. We'll see how fast I can get the rest of the stuff done. So next week I will try to knock out week 6 and week 7 of the 12 weeks of Halloween. I hope. Yes. So sorry I'm behind. It's not that I'm not working. There's only so many hours I can actually physically cut paper and sort and label and stand. Hopefully I'm explaining that right. Okay. Thank y'all so much for being here. See you next week. And don't forget, you can email me if you have a question, okay?